Okay, in this field gear video, I'm just using this as an example here. And that is for expendable firearms. Not everyone is going to be able to purchase the latest greatest AR or semi-auto. You're going to have people in the unit that all they can afford is a cheap bolt action. Maybe something they got at a garage sale or a pawn shop. Who knows? Now, as long as they have ammunition for it, they then have a means to upgrade their weapon in the field. Now, maybe this is a situation also where you have extra weapons. You have a 510 program in your unit, and you have this stuff set aside for use by people that, you know, won't have weapons, won't have equipment, ones that are going to join your units after the conflict has begun. Well, they need weapons, and even a crappy ass bolt action like this, which I think I literally paid like $40 for from a pawn shop or a gun store years ago because it was a junk gun. It still shoots in that stuff. It's not overly reliable. I mentioned I have issues with the bolt, but it still shoots. So could I use this myself or pass it off to someone else to use in a conflict? Yes, I could. And then once the ambush would be complete in that stuff, you gather up the weapons off your enemy. Whoever's carrying this or some other, you know, expendable weapon, they can then upgrade to that captured M16, to that captured AK-74, to that captured G36, to that captured L85A1 or A2, to that captured FAMAS. Get the idea? Now, when that situation happens, you're going to want to first give those captured weapons to the people that have the least amount of ammo. So if I have a person who's carrying this and he has 200 rounds of ammunition, and I have another person who's carrying, say, a 22-50 and he has only 25 rounds of ammo left, I'm going to give that captured rifle to the person carrying that 22-50 because he has less ammo. The guy carrying this, he has more rounds. He can go longer before he'll need to swap out. So something to considerations. As I've mentioned in the past, if you're law enforcement and you're trying to get the serial number off the bolt so that you can track the weapon, find out who I am and where I am, guess what? That bolt is from a different rifle. It's not the original bolt to this weapon. The serial numbers do not match, so you can go ahead and run that fucking serial number if you want to. Guess what? It won't lead back to me. That serial number isn't even close to the one that's on this rifle. This essentially was like thrown together pieces from a arsenal somewhere in Europe before they shipped the stuff off to the US. And then whoever got it here in the US for an importer looked at it, said, well, it ain't good enough, we're not going to get top dollar, so they sold it dirt cheap, and then however it ended up in that store that I got it for 40 bucks for, and, you know, ended up in my hands. I primarily got it as a parts gun. You know, I can strip off parts off of this to use on other Mosins. I still leave it assembled because, well, right now, it's an expendable firearm. I can pass it off to a militiaman who may need it, or with my current situation, it'll probably be my firearm. So, things to consider. Now, for all my militia brothers, my engineer brothers, and the Patriot and militia movements, always remember, essayons.